the mound, the 6'5" right-hander from Richmond Hills, Georgia. Here are his numbers on the season, his 10th start of the year.
Yeah, he's had a really good last 5 outings, haven't given up more than 3 earned runs, and you're seeing he's going to attack the Oklahoma hitters with 92 to 94 mile-an-hour fastball, slider, curveball change. Experience everywhere as a starter, closer, bullpen. So you're talking about a guy that feels comfortable, slows his heart rate on the mound.
Both these teams come in, Lance, 11 and 10, and you look at the lineup from top to bottom. How about down at the bottom, Dawson Willits? He's had a really good series here. And this ball game is underway with a fastball.
Yeah, it's always good when you can get some great production from the bottom of the order, and especially that 9-hole getting on in front of everybody else at the top.
Gamble steps back in, down 0-1. We had thunderstorms through the night here in Athens, but it is a gorgeous morning turning to afternoon right now. The pitch catches the outer half. Trey 2 for 8 in the series. He's driven in a run. He's walked a couple of times. Out of the stretch. Popped up behind home plate. Right back to the screen. Stays in the ballpark. How about it? That's not an easy play. And gets an out. Henry Hunter with a nice play. Everybody thinks that that's an easy play. It's not.
Well, I'm not going to be the one to explain this. You explain this, yeah. Mr. Keith, as a former big league catcher.
Well, you got to make sure and understand the ball's always going to come back to him. I love the fact is he didn't rush after it.
Right.
You just cannot get overexcited. Let the ball come back to you, and it always comes back to where? Home plate. So good play there. Willits will step in. Jackson, first pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, how many times do you see that catcher just overrun it, start trying to backpedal, all of a sudden fall on his bottom and just not able to make the play?
Because they gave ground.
Right.
You know, instead of, don't rush after it. Young players, the ball's always going to come back to you. Great location with that heater. And it's quickly 0-2.
Early on, I like it already. Establishing the fastball in, just letting the Oklahoma Sooner hitters know that, hey, I'm not afraid to come in there. And he's got enough juice with the 94 to get inside.
The 0-2. This is outside. I want you to explain a little bit to the folks. There's such a difference. You don't see it as much in college as you do at the next level, at the big league level, of pitching inside. It is a major factor.
You have to, and especially the guys that want to get those arms extended like most power hitters do. You know, you think, hey, I can't throw inside because he hits the ball far. Well, no, like that's what you got to do to make, because those big power hitters, they want that ball out or third so they can extend their arms, go out and get it. And so you got to keep the hands in, keep them tied up.
Well, I heard it explained that sometimes with the aluminum bats, we'll get to it after this 2-2 delivery. On the ground, right side. Nice job of covering up. 3-1 on the putout. Just get back to that final part, that at the big league level, they pitch to the handle. At the college level, they pitch to the end of the barrel.
Right.
To the, that's just the difference, because of wood and metal.
But when you think about it, you look at it, there's a lot more room to miss on that handle. You miss toward the end. If you're not off the end of the bat and you get toward that barrel, that's when you're not going to see the ball again.
Easton Carmichael DHing today, the everyday catcher for the Sooners, but in the DH role today. Steps in. Three hitters, 3 first pitch strikes. Carmichael, 2 for 10 in the series. He has scored 3 times. He's doubled. Right side, back out of play. You're talking about coming out, establishing the zone and pitching ahead. That's exactly what we've seen from Landon so far. Leighton, excuse me.
Yeah, get ahead, stay ahead, get him out of the box.
Got him with a breaking ball. Good. 1, 2, 3 go to the Sooners in the top. We go to the bottom. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at the right-hander, Malachi Witherspoon. If you thought about Witherspoon, yes, brother of Kyson. We will visit with her later in the game, but you look at the numbers, same type of guy. He's got the same type of stuff as his brother.
Yeah, and when you see it, I mean, it is elite stuff. The up to 98 mile an hour. Coach Skip Johnson talked about he can ride the fastball up, but he does a lot better job of sinking the ball, especially into righties away from lefties. He said his curveball might even be better than Kyson's, but it's an up and down season. The last 5 or 6 starts, it's a good start, bad start, good start, bad start. He's got to wipe that out. Yeah, he's got to get more consistent for this Sooner pitching staff.
Well, he gets the ball here in this rubber match, and you look at the Georgia lineup, it's a little bit different, but Alford has just been outstanding in this series.
Yeah, you're seeing these guys move, right? Slade Alford was he's actually stayed in the 2-hole, but Trey Phelps has moved up. They've dropped Robbie Burnett to the 9, just trying to find that secret sauce for Coach Wes Johnson and what they can do to put out there to kind of get ready for postseason ball.
Well, I'll just tell you about this ballpark. Georgia has, as a team that can hit the ball in the ballpark, they have been very good in this park. They've lost 3 times all season long. They have a saying here at Foley Field, feed the trees.
The way Trey Phelps keeps hitting, we saw those in the open. He's not feeding the trees. He's hitting them over the trees. But this was a great place for Georgia coming in on a losing streak to get back home. Obviously lost the first game, but picked one up yesterday, ended that streak, so they got to be feeling better.
Ready to go here in the bottom of the first. McCarthy will step in. Three for 8 in the series. He scored a run. He's driven in a couple. Michigan native. Bulldog left fielder. Outside corner. Count evens at 1-1. You can stay right there. You can get a lot of outs.
Oh. Especially with the way the ball is moving in, moving out. His ball very rarely is straight unless he's trying to go up in the zone.
The 1-1. Chopped foul at the plate. Just to explain to folks, there's a difference between, you were talking about sink it. It's not really a sinker, but one moves one direction and then the runner sort of, it's not really a cutter. It's just, it stays up. It has rotation, spin rotation.
Yeah, so the one that with Ride, that four-seamer at the top of the zone, really, really high spin rate, plays up. So it looks like it's going to be at the belt by the time those hitters swing. It's more toward the letters. Tough to get on top of, right? So a lot of guys, if you have that, that's where you kind of want to pitch. You want to live up in the zone. You might get a lot of fly balls. Ball will run out of the yard every now and then. But he's the guy that has both. Most guys don't have both, where you can sink it and you can stay high in the zone. But yeah, he mixes in the cutter as well, too. So you got one just, slightly going one way, slightly going the other way, maybe going up.
The 1-2 again. Breaking ball. Just misses. And it's 2-2. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming. Way outside. And it's a full count.
A lot of the consistency we talked about, the outings, it also comes in the consistency of the mechanics inside of it. Being able to repeat the delivery. You see he's missing spots. Even though he's thrown a couple strikes, the catcher has set up in, he goes away. The catcher sets up away, it's going in. So being able to hit the mitt, and Coach Skip Johnson talks about, preaches, throw to the mitt.
Just gets a piece of it on a ball running in on, keeps it alive. That's That's a nice job just keeping a bat alive right there.
Yeah, he's swinging. That ball's inner third. Then all of a sudden, by the time the swing actually comes, it's off the plate inside, and luckily you get a piece of it.
The payoff again. We found a really good at bat going on right here. That was the cutter.
That's it. That's the one he wanted. That was the pitch. He made it. You know, and that's the tough part as a pitcher, right? You make your pitch, the hitter spoils it. Now you have to stay mentally tough, repeat the delivery again, and not as pitchers. We think we have to make it better. It doesn't have to be better.
Or give in. Right. Or give in. And don't give in.
That's right.
Chopped on the ground. Willits has it, sets his feet, across the diamond. It was a good at bat, just because he saw so many pitches. His teammate, you know, that's the one thing about it. When you're sitting over there and you're going to hit at some point, look to see how he's attacking your teammate. And you saw a lot of different ways that he went after Nolan that time.
Yeah, and I'm looking right there in the dugout. A lot of the team came and gave him, you know, fives and everything, because, I mean, he saw 9 pitches. He saw the fastball in, he saw the fastball away, saw the cutter, saw the slider, and outside of the curveball and changeup, he saw basically all of Malachi's repertoire.
4 for 8 in the series is Alford. He is homered. Drove in 4 in yesterday's ball game. Good cutter. For strike 1. Alabama native. Swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2. Field looks like, from our vantage point, that it's got moisture on it, but we were down on the field and it's not. It's dry, even though we had a nice storm come through during the middle of the night last night.
Some good thunder and lightning.
This is outside. When we first got here, you and I walked in and said, that field looks like it's got moisture on it, but you put your hand on it, it did not.
It just glistens. The synthetic turf part of it glistens. But see right there, he goes cutter away, 2 swings and misses, going in to try to keep the guy off the plate, and he misses fully in. So that pitch is basically a non-competitive pitch. He didn't get in. He doesn't change the eye level, change where he's looking for it.
Came back to the slider for the strikeout. That took a little bit off of it. That's more the breaking ball than the cutter.
Yeah, looking at the cutter was 88, 89. This was 81, and is exactly where he wants it. Looks outer third, about mid-thigh, and just disappears. And then again, Coach Skip Johnson said he actually might have a better breaking ball than Kyson. Kyson is just more consistent, doesn't let some of the external things affect him. That's what they've been working on with Malachi. So far, so good.
Trey steps in. He's had a big series. 3 for 8. He's homered twice. From the right side. Great location with that one.
You throw that right there every time.
I'm telling you, I'm a right-handed hitter. I'm not going to do much, if anything, with it.
I mean, you're hitting a ground ball to the second baseman. If you're hitting it hard, it's to the second baseman. If it's where that spot is, if you hit it to the shortstop, it's a routine ground ball. That's a guy right there not comfortable going in. There's been 3 opportunities to try to throw the fastball in, and he keeps pulling it. That's 96. You should have all the confidence in the world to go in with 96.
Count evens. The 1-1. Bender in there for a strike.
Because if you're able to throw the 2-seam, 4-seam inside, you start throwing that front door cutter like that, starting at the right-hander's hip, there's no way you're swinging.
It just freezes you so much already. Pitch away from getting out of the frame. The 1-2. This ball rifled on the ground. Willits has it. Throw across the diamond in time. Both teams go 1, 2, 3 in the first. We go to the second. 0-0. Coach, University of Oklahoma, Skip Johnson. See his resume with the Sooners. Considered one of the best pitching gurus in the country. And you just look at 4 appearances in the NCAA, runner-up in 2022, Men's College World Series. You just look at their resume. They did come on the road, win game 1 of this series in a ballpark that is tough to beat, Georgia, in this ballpark. What would a win to do for them today, though?
Oh, it boosts that resume so good because you're talking #1 team in the country, RPI, Georgia. So you come on the road and take 2 of 3 from the #1 RPI, yeah, you're going to move up. And basically all these coaches and teams are playing for that 16 wins in the conference. They feel like they get 16 regular season wins in the SEC. That's going to put you in a hosting spot. And when you come in 10-8, you take the series and sitting at 12-9, you're 4 wins away with 3 to go. 3 weekends to go. You figure, hey, I can get 4 wins in those 3 weekends. Put you on a hose, get a chance to hose. That's how you move up in the postseason.
Christensen steps in first base today. Down 0-2. Now, you look at Finley. He's done nothing but fill the strike zone up.
I mean, if you like pitching in 0-2, 1-2 counts, it's pretty good.
I don't like hitting it.
No.
Just missed.
I mean, he's showing command with every pitch. That's a backdoor breaking ball right where he was wanting to go with it. And when you establish the fastball in like he did in that first inning, sometimes it's only 1 inning you have to do it. Just show some of the hitters that, hey, he'll go in there.
He comes in there again and ties him up. 3-1 on the putout and does his job covering first base. That was a dynamite pitch right there.
You talked about being on the handle. That's exactly where that one was. You were talking earlier about feelings as a pitcher, right? Blowing it by somebody is a good feeling. That's another one. That might be the second best one. You get in on somebody's hands, and it's a easy ground ball either to you or to the first baseman, and you cover. That's a good feeling as a pitcher.
Yeah, at the next level, there's there's pieces of bat going everywhere. But did that hit him? I believe it did. As Walk, who's got great speed, walk in. That caught him on the back leg. So the first base run of the ball game comes via a hit batter. That'll bring Kyle Branch to the plate. 2 brothers. He catching it. Those guys they're thoroughbreds that can run, they don't like getting hit in the legs.
But then all of a sudden, that's when you think, okay, yeah, he's not going to run. He's hurt his leg, and then the next pitch takes off.
Got outstanding speed as Kyle steps in. It's been a heck of a story throughout the weekend. Kobe and Kyle Branch. Kobe, obviously the shortstop for Georgia, and Kyle, second baseman for Oklahoma. We've seen their family here with split uniforms all weekend long. Who's going to get the bragging rights? That's what this game is about.
It's all about, right? Little brother's having a good series at the plate.
And he hits this ball the other way. Walk round second on his way to third, makes it sliding, and runners at first and third, and nobody out here for the Sooners. Kyle Branch does it again. Nice piece of hitting. Shooting it in that hole, open side on the right-hand side of the infield.
Yeah, fastball goes away, comes back over. See, it leaks back over and just a little inside out. Defensive swing, more or less, but 6 hopper to right field gets you another knock, hitting 500 on the weekend, a 5th base hit. Walk, again, the speed for Jason Walk, easy first to third, and now Sooners got something going.
Harris steps in 1 for 8. He scored a couple. He's walked once. RBI situation here from the left side. Breaking ball misses downstairs, squares to bunt. Did he go for it? He did not. He said he pulled the bat back. Pitch misses for ball 1. Harris digs back in from the left side. Squares to bunt. He did bunt through that one and missed it in the safety squeeze situation. So the count evens at 1-1. It has put so much pressure on the defense right here because you do not have to break from third. You see the ball on the ground first. The 1-1. Takes that one outside corner and a good pitch from Finley. And now it's 1-2. This is when you need that strikeout.
The stuff is there. I mean, we've already seen fastball up to 95. Good breaking ball. See catcher Henry Hunter talking to that head.
And he gets it. Nothing fancy about that. Reached back, threw it by him for the second strikeout of the ball game for Finley.
It's a great job by Finley. Just bearing down, like you said, reaching back, going up, going the old number one, trusting that that 95 is better than the hitter, and swings right through it, get that big out. Yeah, the mark of a good pitcher. Anytime they got that guy third base less than 2 outs, those strikeout guys, they know, and the kind of that energy level raises up just a little bit when it's time to get that punch out.
Lowe steps in. Scott, first pitch outside. His first start of the weekend. He's homered. He's driven in 9. Did have a pinch hit appearance in yesterday's ball game. He's off of it. Now ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Good swing, fouls it back. Boy, the next hitter. Lance, I can't tell you how many times you work to get a 2-0 count, and then you get that pitch that you want, and you just can't get on top of it. It's a frustrating feeling as a hitter.
Right, when that's where 95 is different from some pitchers, right? A guy gets a little bit more extension, even though it's 95, it gets on you quicker. Sometimes 95, it looks like it's 90. And so being able to time that guy up, that's how important it is to try to time the pitcher when you're in the on-deck circle, but there's nothing like that experience of being in that box.
Now 3-1. Another opportunity here. Branch with his lead from first. The 3-1. This ball rifled into right field. This is going to score at least 1. Branch on his way to third. He's being waved to the plate. We could have a play at the plate. The relay to the plate. Not in time. 2-0 Oklahoma.
Beautiful swing right here. Hands stay in. That's how he's able to keep that ball fair. And like you said, Keith, once that ball got in the corner, Oklahoma, they love to put pressure on the offense. They're going down there. They get in and watch this slide. He waits for a while to slide. And I thought that was the key. If he goes to slide early, catcher's able to block and put it down, but he waits and then just drops his hand on home plate.
Player down at first base. That's their big first baseman. Ryland, he may have to come out of the game here.
He's gripping that arm like on the relay throw from Burnett. He got it and threw it to Hunter.
Well, that is a huge blow to take one of the best offensive players in the Southeast Conference out of the ball game here. He did not get an at-bat.
I was about to say, before he even gets his first at-bat.
For 7 in the series, he had doubled, driven in 3 and scored a couple. See what happens here. That's. Well, look at it here. What did you see, Lance?
Nothing right there, and then all of a sudden he looks back, points, and just seems like something, once you throw the
Something.
ball, it just kind of starts maybe tingling. And as a player, sometimes you're sitting there going, all right, it's going to go away, it's going to go away. And it hasn't gone away, and it's gotten worse, so it might need to say something.
Wow, that is a huge blow. So Brendan Hudson will be the new first baseman for the Bulldogs. Hudson, as he comes on here at first base. Hudson is making his appearance in his 21st game. He has started 5 ball games. So he comes on. He will be the new first baseman. Well, that is something we will have to watch and maintain. Now the excitement over after the double and the injury. Willis will step in. Dawson, third baseman for the Sooners. He's had a good series. First pitch downstairs. 4 for 8 in the series. He's doubled twice, walked, scored a couple of runs, and he's driven in 3. RBI situation here on the top of the second. Quick breaking ball. Ball gets away, not far enough to advance. Count evens at 1-1. Lance, I'm going to talk to you about the mental toughness you have to play this game. You see your teammate, one of your outstanding offensive players, have to leave the field. What does that do to you? As on the mound, especially.
Right. You got also, too, not only is he one of those presents in the lineup, but as a 6'5" first baseman, he is a big target. He allows the infielders a little bit more leeway if the throw goes up. But, I mean, it's like you said, it's just a game. It's competitiveness. He's got to go out there. You keep your focus, keep your mindset. Because when you're out there on the mound, it should just be you and the catcher. All the other stuff is just external.
Just miss. Dynamite location there. Didn't get the call.
Most of the guys on the team have confidence in all the other players, right?
Yeah.
The backups, so that way they know. It's a lot of times it's just guys just need opportunities, and right now this is Hudson's opportunity. Don't know how long that injury for Zabo is going to be, but this guy gets an opportunity to go out there and play.
They got a jam shot, not in time, can't make the play. There's no way to get an out right there. Just like that. Runners at first, he jammed him, but it's an infield knock.
This is the play, right? These are the types of things where you go, as a pitcher, as a hitter, you do what you can do, right? Once the ball is released, he's made his pitch. Now, you become a fielder. He had no opportunity to field the ball, and that's where the mental part of it is. You can't get frustrated with that because you did everything you needed to do. You made the pitch. Now, it gets hit in a spot where nobody can make a play. Keep yourself in there. Don't let this 2-0 deficit turn into a 3, 4, 5-run inning.
Runners at first and third, back to the top of the order. Rebel steps in. 22 pitches in this inning, 36 total now for Finley. Throw over. Back in safely is Willis. This is outside for ball 1. Second time through the order for the Sooners. They went 1-2-3 in the first. Have had a hit batter and 3 hits in this frame. They lead now 2-0. Just missed with that backdoor slider. Now hitters count again, 2-0. Inside corner. Set to go again, 2-1. Fisted foul from 0-2, or 2-0 to 2-2. Come back and made 2 good pitches.
I'd look for him to go in, stay inside again. And that's been his best pitch, has been that fastball in. You saw it 2-0, and then he doubled up, which is something you don't often see. So wouldn't mind seeing him triple up in there.
Came right back inside. Good call, Lance. Just missed with it. I think if that's a strike, he gets the strikeout.
Oh.
Runner will be off from first here. The 3-2. Got him with a breaking ball for the strikeout. Third of the ball game. But the Sooners get on the board. Lead here 2-0. It's University of Georgia. You look at that, those totals in his first season. Any UGA first-year head coach. He brings a real different mentality. Being around him, both of us playing pro ball, he brings sort of a different dimension to the game.
He absolutely does. And you see their resume right here. I spoke a little bit earlier. They had the #1 RPI updated, and after that game on Thursday night, they dropped to #2. But when you see the strength of schedule top 5, RPI top 5, if they just take care of business, they're going to be a top 8 seed. That's where they want to be. But you're right, Keith. He brings a big league approach to the way he coaches in college. And when you're talking about batting practice, the pitchers shag if they want to. They don't do as much fielding PFPs, and it's just more or less, hey, you get what you got to get done, because if you as an individual are where you need to be, the team's going to be good.
Yeah. Work on the things that you need to work on to get better as Adam steps in. Second baseman. Malachi Witherspoon out for his second inning of work. Adams' first start in this series. Skies it to left, playable. Well, that ball moved a long way, and Gamble had to, that last minute, make the move. That ball moved at least 20 feet. Doesn't look like there's a lot of breeze up there. Brendan Hudson will step in, his first at bat in the ball game. After coming into the game. 238 on the year, 2 homers. He's driven in 9. First pitch in there for a strike. If you're Hudson, you're sitting over, enjoying the game, thinking, well, I'm not in the game. I'm going to be ready to play when I do it, but all of a sudden you're thrown right into the mix. Foul back.
You know, these are always teaching moments for coaches. All right. Brendan Hudson comes in, gets a big hit right here. Coach Johnson's like, look, see, hey, you go to the other younger guys. Hey, see, he was ready when his opportunity came. And it goes the other way around, too. If you go up there and strike out, hey, you weren't ready.
He's quickly down here, 0-2. Straight away in the outfield are the Sooners. Fastball misses up and away. Yeah, you never know when your number's going to be called, Lance.
And that's why you just prepare like it's your spot, and then game starts, it's not your spot, but in between innings, you stay mentally in the game.
Tried to come with a breaking ball. And I think one of the biggest one of those is relievers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you don't know when that phone's going to ring and it's you, but every time it does, you're hoping and ready for it to be you.
For me, I like to throw with the outfielder, and that way when all of a sudden that phone rang, it didn't take long to get ready because I kept my arm loose, throwing with whether it's the right field or left field or wherever side you were on.
You know, you watch. You and I are around the ballpark all the time. Relievers throw before the game, and they throw a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They get go ahead and get loose, but then they may be set down for 2 hours. It's
Easily.
yeah. The 2-2 on the ground, right side, giving ground. That's with a nice play to his left for the second out of the inning. We will visit. This is going to be interesting. We will visit with Kyson Witherspoon while his brother's on the mound. It's pretty cool. We're got to ask him some questions about
For
that.
sure.
As Obi steps in, center fielder for the Bulldogs, 3 for 7 in the series. Popped up. Tough play. Who's going to call for it? Third baseman. Willits comes in and makes the play. We'll visit with Kyson Witherspoon when we come back.
At you is just how under control, how quiet your mechanics are. You never look like you overthrow. Is that something Coach Skip Johnson preaches in your mechanics?
Yes, sir. That was something I worked on a bunch this summer and then fall ball. Really trying to make it as simple as possible, trying to take away errors that come from me just trying to overthrow, just simplifying, being repeatable, really helped me have success.
And the last thing I'm going to ask you is when you go out to the mound, your demeanor is another thing. As an ex-player myself, I just watch how people go about it. How do you set yourself, and what's your mindset when you cross the line to go to the mound?
Really just compete. That's all Skip preaches, and that's my mindset going out there. I'm always calm, never really nervous, but when I go out there, it's me versus the batter, and I'm trying to get him.
Well, Coach Johnson talks about the leadership role that you've taken, not just this year, but for the most part right when you got on campus. What does that mean to you, and how do you go about doing that?
That means a lot. I'm not really a huge talker. I'm sure you've heard a bunch of people say that. I'm more of the quiet one, so I really try to lead with how I held myself on the field, how I go about my business, and I feel like I rub off on the team in a good way.
Thanks for taking the time to visit us. We'll get you back to work. You can talk to your brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. You guys have a good one.
Thank you. Kyson Witherspoon, but he was a pleasure to watch the other night.
Yeah, you're going to hear his name pretty quickly on that first night of the draft.
It is special to watch. 2-2 now to Willits. Just misses outside, and the count goes full. 2, 3, and 4 spots due for the Sooners here in the top of the third. And sometimes pitchers, in my opinion, some of the great ones of all time, good breaking ball into the hand second time. We've seen that pitch right there. Just after you establish that inside fastball, it's hard to get to that.
You're exactly right, Keith, and he has thrown the fastball in, especially to lefties, all day long, and then he's backed it up. This is back-to-back punch-outs because that's what he got gambled with, the same exact slider on the inside part of the plate. Looks just like the heater coming out of the hand and then just disappears.
Carmichael struck out his first time up, will step in. But to go back to finish that point, demeanor. It's just the way a guy walks out, gets ready to go, does his warm-up stuff, gets the ball ready to go. Some kind of can set the tone for his entire team.
When you just watch him do the things, whether it's even just walking to the bullpen, walking in from the bullpen, going to take his glove to go throw, like there's just confidence that comes off of him. And so when he's that confident, and you can see it and you can feel the confidence, and that's when he talks about the quiet leadership, that's what rubs off to a lot of the young pitchers.
Carmichael pops it up back behind the plate. On to the roof. We'll do it again, 0-2. I say all the time to young players that are pitchers, your presence, the way you look and the way you act on the mound has a whole lot of what the hitter thinks about you as an ex-hitter. I mean, if you're out there and you're wild and crazy, this guy doesn't know where it's going, I can be patient. He's going to have to come to me. And if you go out there and say, hey, I'm going to get you, It's just there's a huge difference. The confidence sort of goes out of you as a hitter upstairs.
Right, but that's where it goes in this game of failure. Having the confidence no matter what you're doing, right? No matter if you're 220 at the plate or 420. Right? You just got to be able to go up there believing you can hit and believing that at bat's going to be the one that you get him.
Finley gets the strikeout. It gets away. Can they get an out on the play? Not in time. So it goes as the 5th strikeout. The ball got away. And Hunter. And so we got a 1-out base runner. As Christensen steps in. Grounded to first. His first time up. Downstairs for ball 1. Double play depth in the infield are the Bulldogs.
He just ruled that one a wild pitch. I think he was deciding whether that was going to be a pass ball or a wild pitch on the punch out.
You as a pitcher know the difference of those is between an earned run and an unearned run.
I was about to say, for those at home wondering why does it matter? Yeah, it was ruled a wild pitch, and that way if this guy scores, it's an earned run, and if it was a pass ball, it would be an unearned run.
I don't know a pitcher alive that doesn't know that rule.
All the pitchers know the earned run rules.
Yes, they do. Tried to backdoor the slider, missed, and it's 2-1. Tied him up inside. Boy, that pitch has been a dynamite pitch for him.
Yeah, really, it's been that good to the lefties. Hadn't been the spot to the righties. He's not seeing the same exact thing. But if I'm Leighton Finley, I'm continuing to pound that fastball in and backing it up with the slider.
Comes right back to it. Christensen lays off of it.
You saw that one, though, had a lot more depth. That's not quite the one that they've been swinging through. The ones they've been swinging through, the Sooner hitters, have been one more of the side-to-side tilt.
There goes the runner, foul back. That's one of the things that the Sooners have really tried to apply pressure all season long in the running game. We haven't seen that much in this series.
You're right, and this is a spot where I think they're going to be, especially game 3, but they already have an early lead. Now they can put the pressure like they want to.
Going again. This ball hit well to right with some carry. Can't come up with it. Rounding on his way to third. They'll have to hold the runners up because it was a great effort in the outfield to try to make that play. Burnett tried to get to it, just ticked right off the end of his glove.
Well, Keith, those are the ones, those low liners, right at you. It's tough to gauge, and Burnett has played some outfield, but he's been mostly at second base this year, and that ball just kept carrying. You're right, good base running by Carmichael, making sure he didn't catch that ball and get doubled off.
Walk steps in. He was hit by a pitch and scored. Infield drawn up for Georgia. He's hit again with a breaking ball. Second time, and that loads the bases full of Sooners. Coming up next, number 5 Arkansas takes on Florida. We'll cap the day with number 9 Vandy and number 23 Ole Miss at Swayze Field in Oxford, right here, SEC Network. triple hitter. Southeast Conference baseball. Arkansas, Florida, and those are two good ones. 61 total pitches now after the conversation on the mound.
Yeah, how about Florida A&M? You know, they were the punching bag for so long and starting off 1-8, but now you look up, A&M's at 8-11 and Florida 7-12 in the conference. And again, those are two teams that they're going to get sent to somebody's regional if they make it into the postseason, and it's not going to be fun because they have a top 5. You talk about lineup, basically top 5 in the country lineup and roster, so it's not going to be fun for some team that gets to host.
Branch steps in, first pitch downstairs, and the last projection, I saw both of them in the tournament. So you look at that, you're right.
I've seen one where Florida was a 3 seed, I think, in the Tallahassee regional. It was like, that's not fair.
The 1-0 to Branch. Chop foul. Count even. Younger brother. And the Georgia shortstop. Singled his last time up. Came in to score. He's had a good series. Big moment in this game right now. Slider stays inside. And it's 2-1. Way outside. And you look, how about 5 for 10? Little brothers got the advantage at this point.
I think Big Brother would give away the advantage individually to take the win, right?
Yes,
that's where you want to be.
Yeah. 3-1 coming. On the ground, back at the middle. This could be 2. To the back for 1. The relay to first. Outstanding! Adams with a great play to eliminate the threat for the Sooners.
Pitcher's best friend, Keith. Beautiful off the end of the bat. And like you said, Adams takes it himself. Off-balance throw. That is huge for the Bulldogs.
Oklahoma was really trying to separate.
Yeah, sometimes you need defensive plays like that to give yourself some momentum, give yourself a little confidence. Let's see if that turns in for the Georgia Bulldogs. That big play turns to the offense.
Malachi Witherspoon out for his 3rd inning of work. He's retired all 6 Bulldogs, and the first pitch is in there for a strike to Henry Hunter. The 0-1. That's like a reprieve. Well, I'm preaching to the choir. We're talking to you because you're a pitcher. If you make a good pitch and get that double play with the bases loaded and get you out of an inning, it's like you just can't imagine what it does to you as a pitcher.
Absolutely boost the confidence, but just also get you you escape that big jam. I mean, that's a situation where Oklahoma, a big hit in the gap, that's blowing the ball game open. They all of a sudden have a 5-run lead now, and now it's only 2-0. You get a walk, an error, something in a big blast, and you're right back in the ball game, possibly with the lead.
And 1 now to Hunter. I like the fact that Finley did not try to field the ball. He knew he had a better chance to get a double play if he lets it go.
That's the toughest thing as a pitcher,
Oh.
because your initial reaction is like, I got to get it, right? But nowadays with the analytics of the defense and the spray charts and these guys shifting and all that, a lot of times pitchers can just get in the way.
Fouled it off. Count evens at 2-2. There's something happened when you guys stand on the mound, though. You are good athletes. Swing and a miss and get it. But the ball back to you.
You just laughed at that.
You throw to home plate. At 100 miles an hour, can pinpoint where it goes. You try to throw to one of the other bags, you don't know where it's going.
That was not nice. You laughed as you said we were good athletes. Look at that. That's the sink. That's the ball that runs that we talked about earlier that he can do better than Kyson, his brother. And I don't think Kyson can't do it. I think he just doesn't want to. But little two-seam action running away from those left-handed hitters.
It's the strikeout. Kobe Branch steps in. 2 for 9 in the series. Outside corner, strike one. Seven first pitch strikes now. Just such hard to overcome, and you look up and you're down 0-2 or 0-1 after one pitch of an at bat.
There's so many places you can go when you start with strike one.
This ball hit pretty well to right with some carry to the wall. Get out of town for the senior. The big brother goes deep.
Fastball run right back over the middle, and like you said, big brother feeding the trees. Colby Branch gets the Bulldogs on the board. They did turn some defensive momentum into some offensive production.
Right back in the ball game. First hit of the day, first run of the day. Get it all at once. Then we'll step in. First pitch in there for a strike. Yeah. Looking for his first hit of the weekend as he steps in. Inside corner. It's quickly 0-2. 8 for 8 in first pitch strikes. Out to left. Gamble comes on, gives way to Walk, who puts it away for the second out of the inning. So back to the top of the order. McCarthy will step in. Grounded to short his first time up. Jan, you told me the story the other night. If you give up 5 solo homers, you can still get beat.
Yeah, you can. Yep, second start in the big leagues against the Colorado Rockies. I gave up 5 solo home runs. We lost 5-4.
Doesn't happen very often. Something Malachi Witherspoon has not done very often, and that's be 2-0. Stay away from those hitters' counts. chopped on the ground. Willis across the diamond, and that ends the inning. But Georgia gets on the board.
Yeah, this is not only did they get on the board, they got on the board with emphatic swing right here by Colby Branch. Little bat flip, 2-1 Sooners.
Finley makes a gigantic pitch to get out of that top of the third inning.
Yeah, that probably was his best pitch or most important pitch of the 66 that he's thrown. Been a strike throw of 40 out of the 66, and that's why you see no walks, 5 punch-outs. Oklahoma got to him a little bit on the fastball up. They scored 2 on that big double, but still making that pitch. It was bases loaded, and it was at the spot where you're thinking, you know, if you don't make this pitch here, this ball game could get out of hand pretty quickly. He makes it. Adams makes a phenomenal defensive play. They get in the dugout, and they score another run.
Cut the lead in half. And we go to the middle part of the ball game, top of the 4th in a 2-1 game here. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Harris. Strikeout victim his first time up. Foul. Players work on making sure they get their body in the right position that they can push off and drive to the plate. Right at the end of Finley's windup, he really turns that body, sort of squares it back before he makes his delivery to the plate. Good location with that slider. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, he does a good job. You just mentioned, Keith, that he turns that upper body portion of it, keeps the hips squared up. You can see that knee comes across the body a little bit.
Nice play there. Filled your position and a leadoff out.
And what that does is it allows pitchers to keep your weight back over the rubber, because you're taught if you can't break your hands with your weight over the rubber, your arm's not going to have a chance to catch up. And so then that's when the consistency we talk about of being able to repeat your delivery, you're not going to have your hand in the same spot because your body's going to be ready to throw. Your arm's not going to be up there. So that's one of the first things you always check a pitcher. Is he breaking his hand with his weight over the rubber?
First pitch in there for a strike. That's where you get your backside through it too. Not only let your arm catch up, it gets your backside through the ball.
Right. Well, you also, you have more to drive from that rubber. You have more on that backside, which then will let you use the mound, the slope of the mound, to then take it to the plate.
Change up. Foul back, and it's quickly 0-2. A good defensive play, then a homer. You can feel the momentum sort of on Georgia's side of the field right now. Even though they trail here 2-1.
Goes fastball in, changeup in. I'd go right back to that slider in for the punchy.
That's where he went. He might have done this before. 5th strikeout for Finley. 2 quick outs.
Yeah, and this is what you call pitching, right? The fastball in, sets it up. He goes changeup in, gets the foul ball, and then you go right back to the well, right? It's the same pitch, same location, so you got the guy thinking, all right, he's coming back to the same location. I got to get ready to swing, and then that just disappears because it goes the other way.
Breaking ball for a strike. Willis singled. His first time up. Back to back. Good breaking balls. And it's quickly 0-2. Do you change anything?
No, because he's got a good feel for it. And you can see once he starts throwing that one to the righty,
just gets a piece of it, keeps it alive.
Mentioned it earlier. He feels good with the glove side into the lefties, and he hadn't felt the same, or he hadn't looked the same to the right-handed hitters. But after those back-to-back pitches, and you see a third one, three in a row. Now, Now you might go 3 in a row. Now it might be time to get in on the hands, maybe a little up and in, and then go right back to it if it doesn't work, if the fastball doesn't work.
The 0-2. Just gets a piece of it.
But Keith, we were talking coming in to the field today, right? You can throw. I mean, Dylan Volantis for Texas threw, I think, 40-something pitches. He threw 2 fastballs. So these guys nowadays, they're used to throwing breaking ball over and over again, and we've seen 4 straight from Finley, or 5 straight if you go back to the last hitter.
The 0-2 again. Long pause. Now set. Chase the high fastball, tag him out. That ends the inning. We will visit with head coach Wes Johnson when we come back.
And, you know, kind of like right there with what Colby did last inning, you know, he was able to push him up, got a, you know, ball out over the plate, and then got some barrel on it. And that's what we're going to have to do, is continue to try to push him up.
Thanks for taking the time. Good luck the rest of the ball game, Coach.
Thanks, and go Dogs.
Coach Wes Johnson visiting with us here in the bottom of the 4th. It is a beautiful day for baseball.
Like you said, you got to push him up, right? That's what you want. You want these guys to get up in the zone, and there's certain times, though, guys won't do it, right? Because sometimes starting pitchers are that good and they can stay down and they don't ever give in. But when they do, you can't miss it, and that's what he, like you mentioned, Colby Branch didn't miss that pitch.
As a hitter, you know, you wanted to get, but when he makes a mistake up, you can't miss it. That's the other part of that scenario. You work to get him up, but when you get it up, you can't miss it.
And that's especially the good ones, right? Because you know you don't have that many opportunities to get your pitch.
I'm going to see 20 pitches in a ball game, and he's going to miss one time. I can't miss that one.
Right, but that's the pitch he just talked about, that cutter that's down, that they're able to lay off of it. Earlier in the game, they're swinging at that one. If you lay off of it, now he feels like he's got to make the adjustment, and now he gets into his head a little bit. It brings it on the plate a little bit more. It gets up, and it becomes a lot more hittable.
2-1. Comes back to that good, I want to call it a slider, but it's like a cutter. Good location, and the count evens at 2-2. This ball hit well into the gap in left center, but playable, as nobody covers more ground than Walk does in center field.
That's one thing for Oklahoma. They have 3 guys in the outfield. They all can run, and they cover a lot of ground. So as a pitcher, you're going, hey, just let them put the ball in play. Let your outfield make some plays.
Two homers over the weekend. Trace, he steps in. Grounded to short his first time up. Tied him up inside with a fastball. Fouled it away. Phelps steps back in. Got him to chase one up. Got a piece of it, but held on. Hate stepping back into the box 0-2.
Especially after you just chase, because now you're beating yourself up going, why'd you swing at that? And then you know he's going to go back to that or even down.
To the fastball in the outside corner for the strikeout. That's what happens to you. I said, I'm going to see it first, and then by the time you recognize it at 95, it's by you.
Exactly, and this is a little comeback two-seam, maybe a little bit more up than he wanted to. He wanted a little bit more in, but sometimes it works, right? You don't have to be perfect all the time. I think you're right, though, Keith. That's exactly what it is. Right. See the ball of the hand. Oh, wait, that's already by me.
It's by me. Adams steps in. He's made the best defensive play of the game. Outstanding. 4 unassisted double play. 50th pitch of the game from Malachi Witherspoon. That pitch is in there for a strike.
If Georgia wins this ball game, you're going to be able to go back and peg that one in that inning and say that was a game-changing play, because if he doesn't make it, that's another run scored and the offense continues to hit with runners on.
Outside. Count evens at 1-1. The 1-1. Breaking ball, a good one in there for a strike. That is the curveball, what I would call a old-fashioned curveball. With the shift on, the 1-2. Did he go? He did not. We'll do it again.
I like that. Back-to-back curveballs, and that time the ball right behind home plate. That was perfect placement. So you got to give a lot of credit to Adams being able to lay off that one.
Worked it back to a full count now. I always felt it was the pressure on you guys on the mound when you get to 3-2. You don't want to walk me. So as a hitter, you got a pretty good chance you're going to get a strike. Laid off a breaking ball. The first walk issued by Witherspoon. Hudson comes to the plate. Grounded to second, his first time up. Had a good hack at it, fouled it straight back. Just missed that one. Adams leads from first. The 0-1. Just misses. At what point in a game, I'm going to get to it after this pitch. That's in there for a strike. You can get your rhythm by the second inning most of the time as a pitcher. When you start to tire, what is that deal? What keeps you in rhythm when you're starting to tire? Is that work before? Is it a mental thing? I've always wondered about when pitchers hit that window.
Well, a lot of it's just repetition, right? So you're getting into spots in different games and getting in situations, but then you're right. I think it comes in as much mental as anything, because you can do as many reps as you want. You obviously are going to keep your body in shape, but mentally you can't allow those things to affect you, whether it's a bad call, a missed play, a pitch you thought you should have made.
Just missed with the 1-2. Here comes the 2-2. That misses way upstairs. And went breaking ball that time. Didn't get a feel for it. Runner will be off with the pitch here. Advantage Bulldogs, something into the gap. A chance of scoring a run here. As Adams will be off with the pitch. Witherspoon comes set. The payoff. Got it by him. Good location with that heater that time for the 4th strikeout. We go to the 5th. Sooners lead it 2-1.
How about this? only 19 games lost. 21st round pick, 19 games lost in his 9 years.
Impressive. We go to work here, top of the 5th. Glad you're with us. Sooners lead 2-1. It will be the top of the order against Finley for his 5th inning of work. He has scattered 4 hits, given up 2 runs. Just misses there. He's down here, 2 balls and no strikes. This is outside, and it's 3-0. Again, this is that point when you look at the, 70, 75 pitches, you're very much in the game, and that's what I always wondered about, that mental part we were talking about earlier. That's a good pitch there.
If you keep your body in shape, which most of these guys have to do, I mean, that's, you're not going to stay in the rotation. You're not going to get outings that you need if you're not keeping your body where it needs to be. But when these guys get in shape, I mean, I've seen guys get stronger at this type of pitch count as opposed to getting, out tired, weaker when they're throwing.
Well, that's what I was talking about, rhythm. And some guys really get into it. They get the ball and go. They're really into it. And sometimes it takes a little while to get there. But I always think that those guys that are great starters are the ones that they're at the end of when they're feeling really good. Can they keep that rhythm and keep going? The payoff. Laid off of it. And a leadoff walk. He has hit 2. But that's the first walk issued in the ball game.
Yeah, that's a good take, because that's the pitch that the OU lefties have been swinging right through. That was the good slider. That's right where he wanted to throw it. You're thinking 3-2. It looks like the fastball is going to be a strike. Hey, I'm going to get a swing and miss on it.
Willits will step in.
And just as Coach Wes Johnson was saying, we got to get Malachi Witherspoon up in the zone. I know that's something that in the OU dugout they're saying, hey, you can't swing at that slider on the inner part of the plate if you're a left-handed hitter.
Easier said than done.
That's true.
There it is again. What a great location.
Well, I love the part about Coach Johnson, how he said he has confidence. He loves to throw that pitch. And if you have that 95 on the inside part of the plate and you can spot it, it makes that one even better.
Throw over, back in safely. The other part of that is you got that in your back pocket. It allows you to try to get ahead with something else and then use it as a wipeout.
Well, you get the whole part of the plate, right? Because now you got the hitter thinking, I got to keep my hands in. I got to keep my hands in.
On the ground to first. Hudson steps on the bag, throw to second. In time, a tough one. The 3-6 double play. Defense has been outstanding for the Bulldogs.
Okay, this is a weird slide from Gambrell at second base. Nice play by Hudson. Good throw. It looks like he's going to be there, but as he goes to slide, he pulls his foot back a little bit and tries to reach with his hand. But you're right, though. 2 big defensive plays, double plays turned by the Bulldogs.
2 quick outs now. As Carmichael steps in, swing and missing. He has struck out twice. He did reach on a wild pitch after the second strikeout. This ball hit pretty well to right with some carry, but playable. Back to the wall. Nice job of playing that well. Burnett halfway home, 4.5 in the books. 2-1 Sooners.
Always around the plate, hey, I can get in a little bit more of a swing mode.
I get in rhythm.
Right.
because you and I have talked about it over the weekend. Hitting is rhythm and timing, and if I can get into a rhythm, I got a better chance of squaring something up. And if I'm off rhythm, I may hit it, I may not hit it. First pitch bunted, excellent bunt, going to be a tough play. Throw to first. Did he get him? Yes, he did. What an outstanding play by Malachi Witherspoon. Wow, how does he get an out there?
Right, athleticism is how he gets an out. I mean, bouncing off the mound. Outstanding play. And this is how you pick yourself up as a pitcher. Beautiful bunt. I mean, this bunt is in the perfect spot. He goes bare hand. There's only one shot. If he goes glove, doesn't have a chance. Bare hand, makes a strong throw. Tails up the line a little bit, so you got to give some credit to the first baseman, Christensen, staying on that bag, not giving in.
Wow. That's a big league play.
Yeah. Well,
It's hard to do.
It starts off with athleticism. You know,
Yeah,
bouncing and selling out. I'm going to get that ball, not worrying about the third baseman. You'll see pitchers, you know, as they're breaking off, they're, you know, hesitant looking at the third baseman. Is he going to get it? I mean, there was no way Malachi Witherspoon wasn't going to grab that ball.
So Hunter steps in, strikeout victim his first time up. We have had some outstanding defense in this ball game today. Fastball misses outside. Great play. A foreign assisted double play got Georgia out of a huge jam. And then how about a 3-6 double play? You don't see it very often. Good location with that, and it's 1-2. Henry Hunter steps back in. Fouled it away. It's just, you get to this point of the game, still 96 on the velocity.
I just noticed it. And again, they're both mechanically sound, and it's just an easy 96. Tyson had bumped a couple 99s, and it was later in the ball game too when he did that.
The 1-2. Off the left side out of play. Hunter doing a nice job of keeping the at-bat alive here. And a good battle. First time that breaking ball didn't have that bite to it, but he got away with it.
Right, because he wasn't trying to go backdoor with that cutter. He was trying to go more toward the inside part of the plate. I saw him shake off the curveball. I want to see now if he goes back to it.
The 1-2. Fastball hit pretty well with some carry to the wall. What a play by Walk! Climbing the wall. Defense.
Defense wins. He was so nonchalant about that ball. I thought the way he approached it, I thought the ball was gone just because how he was like, all right, hit. And then he closes. Watch this play. Jason Walk climbs the ladder. I don't know if it would have got out, but still, that's a big play because all of a sudden you got a man on second base, possibly third base if it carries him off the wall. But as a pitcher, Malachi's like, yeah, I like that. I like when my guys make plays.
He's got to face a guy that homered his last time up. Branch, 70th pitch of the ball game coming. Got it the advantage. That might have been a little out, but gets the call.
Bulldog faithful here at Foley Field, letting them hear it.
The 0-1. Who had a good swing, fouled it back, but quickly it's 0-2. Branch steps back in. This is outside. And it's 1-2. The 1-2. This ball hit well to left. Down for a 2-out knock. Came in at 95, left at 105. You know, it's one of those things. So Burnett will step in. He flied to center his first time up. This guy can hit the ball in the ballpark. He's got 17 on the year. Stairs for ball one. There's a few guys hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Feed the trees.
When you lead the nation in home runs, there's going to be a lot of big numbers up on there.
Good hack. Just missed it. Setting on fastball. You're looking for it, get it, and you foul it back. You got to put it away quickly. You got to forget that and go on back to hitting.
Right. The biggest part about baseball, right? Being able to flush whatever happened that last pitch or last play, anything you can do to move on.
Caught him off the leg and he lost his guard. There's a ton of armor in the game now.
It really is. Got the oven mitt in the back pocket, the elbow guard, the shin guard.
Gotta be honest, I didn't wear any of it.
Did you wear batting gloves?
I wore batting gloves.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the name brand?
Can't give it to you.
No.
I forget. I don't really remember. I was being honest with you. I can't give it to you because I can't remember. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. Steps back in. Top of the order awaits on deck. Big moment in this ball game. Offensive timeout. Something got in his eyes. He's set to go. Throw over. Branch dives back in safely. The 1-2. Got him with the breaking ball. Fifth strikeout of the game. 5 in the books. 2-1 Oklahoma. Did 89 pitches. And they go to the bullpen.
Yeah, they hand the ball to Alton Davis II, the junior from Hueytown. Big old boy, 6'5", 180, 3-0. ERA's a little bit high. Punching out more than one per inning. Fastball 92 to 97, mixes in the slider, the curveball, the change. Predominantly, though, it's fastball slider combo.
Yeah. It's good to see Ryland back in the dugout. Root on his teammates. Came out of the game, if you're just tuning in, with a throat on a relay plate on the 2 runs that were scored in the game by the Sooners. Looks like he's got a sling on that right arm. All fouled away. Christensen. Sam steps in. He's 1 for 2. Davis throws across his body. Got to be tough on left-handed hitters. But as you mentioned, it's all about strikes, pitching ahead. He gets ahead of you. Tough to stay in there.
Lefties are hitting 265 against him. Righties 419. So you're right, a lot better against left-on-left matchup.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Ahead now 1-2. Misses that slider. The count evens. From the stretch, the 2-2. Just gets a piece of it. Steps back in. Wind has picked up a little bit as we've gotten in later into the afternoon, blowing dead out to center field. This ball hit well to left. To the track, stays in the ballpark for out number 1. That brings Jason Walk to the plate. He has scored a run. He's been hit by the pitch twice in 2 plate appearances. He's made an outstanding catch left center field. So Davis comes set. First pitch gets away.
He tried to go at him again. Yeah, he's been hit with 2 sliders, pretty much in the same spot, the leg, and Holton Davis tries to go back foot slider first pitch and almost gets him again.
Yeah, in the same leg, because the first 2 were on his right leg. And it's his back leg now as a switch hitter. Downstairs. And it's 2-0. Breaking ball for a strike. Davis free and easy with that arm slot. Goes right back to it again for a strike.
You're right. The slot, that's something that has changed. He's the Alabama transfer, first 2 years at Alabama. When he got over here, Coach Wes Johnson dropped his arm a little bit. Velocity still there, the slider, all that's still there. Feels a little bit more comfortable though with it down.
Comes right back inside corner for the strikeout. That is a tough pitch right there.
This is a guy with closing experience at Alabama, so he loves to pitch in high leverage situations. You look at the numbers, you might not say so right now, but if you get a guy that catches fire at the right time, you see, I mean, he's got the stuff. He fell behind 2-0, mixed, pitched backwards a little bit, got back in the count, and then spots a 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the inner third of the plate for strike 3. It's a lot like Trey Phelps in the lineup. You get a guy that has had some success, you get him rolling at the right time. He's
Huge
a guy,
plus.
He can give you length out of the bullpen, can go in and get you a left-handed hitter out, but could also get you 2 or 3 innings out of the bullpen from, just stuff-wise. Anytime you're talking about the part of the season that you're at, getting into the postseason, you need these types of guys to step up.
He's ahead here 0-1 to Kyle Branch. Foul back quickly. Branch down No balls and 2 strikes. Struggle with the zone much of the year, but right now he's coming in and filling the strike zone up. 0-2. Branch steps back in. On the ground is short. Older brother throws out little brother across the diamond. 1, 2, 3, go to Sooners. We go to the bottom of the 6th. They lead 2-1. 5.5.
The story has been starting pitching. Both Leighton Finley, Malachi Witherspoon threw 5 each. You see the 12 punch outs. And the hits, only 6 hits in their 10 innings. It's been a great pitch game so far.
Top of the order here, 3rd time through the order for the Bulldogs. Trailing here 2-1. Malachi Witherspoon out for his 6th inning of work. First pitch swinging. He's worked 5 innings, Lance. Only given up 2 hits, a run, 5 Ks, 1 walk, a homer. That was the 79th pitch of the ball game, 55 of those for strikes.
Yeah, the 2 hits have been Colby Branch, the home run and the single, so I think he feels good as long as the 8-hole Colby Branch doesn't come up.
This ball chopped on the ground. Willis sets his feet, long throw across the diamond, gets away. He makes the turn towards second, but gets back to the bag. And Willis throw sort of carried to the right field side of first base. And Christensen couldn't make the play. And lead off miscue. And that's the way the bottom of the 6th starts.
Willis is a guy that, I mean, he's a shortstop playing third base and makes the play, sets the feet. I thought he was dealing with the bag a little bit when he didn't have to and maybe stepped on the bag trying to make the throw. And
always try to follow the throw as an infielder. If you can push or you can push off and follow it, usually you're much more accurate. Back to the top of the order. This ball hammered opposite field for strike 1. Instead of a man out and nobody on,
it's
all of a sudden now you got to the meat of this order after the E5.
when you look at a lot of the crooked number innings, they either start with leadoff walks or a leadoff error.
On the ground, right side. Nice job of avoiding getting hit with the baseball. We see that often enough where the runner's trying to take off and the ball's up on him. And he was able to avoid it, but something going here for the Bulldogs. 1st and 2nd with nobody out.
Yeah,
Phelps will step in.
First time they've really had some, offensive, production where they're putting some pressure on the Sooner defense. Outside the home run, they really have only had one other base runner that has done anything, and so now you got some opportunities right here.
Tomorrow morning, right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app, we'll have the Men's Golf Championship of Sea Island, Georgia. Sea Island Golf Club for the 24th consecutive year. 7:30 a.m. match play format to determine the title. Defending champion Auburn Tigers, last year's champion. And that is always fun. The Sun played in the Southeast Conference, and that is a wonderful tournament and a beautiful place in Sea Island. So we come to the biggest moment in this ball game to this point.
Absolutely. And you can see that's why Coach Skip Johnson makes that trek to the pitcher's mound just to kind of slow Malachi Witherspoon down. This is where you preach, and the coaches do it all the time at young ages. You're a couple pitches away when you have a situation where they're just keep the ball on the ground, get you a ground ball, let the defense work, try to turn a double play, but you got a hot hitter at the plate.
Steps in, first pitch, outside corner, great pitch there for strike 1. stuff still there. That was at 95.
Well, I like where it was, too. The two-seamer down in the zone. You get a two-seamer down, you get guys swinging, that's where you're going to see ground balls.
Foul. So quickly ahead here. There's a time in the game, I said it before and I'll say it in a lot of games, that you need a strikeout as a pitcher. But this is one of them. The other side as a hitter, that's the thing you're trying to avoid. And pause the 0-2. Missed way outside. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, right here, Trey Phelps, you knew it wasn't going to be a situation where two guys on, nobody out, that the 3-0 hitter was going to lay it out a bunt. So, but now that you're down 0-2, you got to do everything you can to get that ball to the right side of the field and move those runners.
Did he go? Yes, he did. For the strikeout. It was a non-competitive pitch. He's just so anxious to hit. Got the barrel out there too far.
Yeah, you get guys into swing plus mode, and that's exactly what he is. It's the same exact pitch. It was back-to-back pitches in the other batter's box, and this one, Phelps not able to lay off of it, couldn't check the swing. You know, and that's where you use that hitter's aggressiveness against him and get him going out there swinging, and easy punch out for Mr. Witherspoon.
Adams will step in. He has walked and flied to left. Righty-lefty matchup here. Tying run for the Bulldogs at second base. Big hack. He comes up empty. Still got good stuff. Foul tip. Not held on to, but it's quickly 0-2. This is when it really tests you as a pitcher. Oh, 2 to Adams. The runners get their lead. It's a piece of it, keeps the bat alive. Bullpen has been active and ready to go for the Sooners if need be. The 0-2 again. Upstairs. Try to reach back and get a little extra on that one.
Yeah, that was the cutter that you're right, tried to throw it a little bit harder and you get on the side of it, instead of staying through it.
We'll do it again, 1-2. Yanks this ball foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. '92nd pitch of the ball game coming from Malachi Witherspoon as he comes set. Challenged him with the heater. Nice job of fighting that ball off by Adams.
Keith, you know what he hasn't pulled out? And I don't know. I think he's thrown one, or he's definitely thrown two of those, I think, but the changeup. I'll say that you just showed me the curveball move. They didn't get to see that at home. You're throwing your nasty curveball to him.
I'm thinking about changing speeds, just rhythm
Correct.
and timing of the hitter.
Right. Something a little bit different, bigger breaking, slower.
The 1-2 again. Back door. And the count evens at 2-2.
Well, I'm going to give that one a little credit to Mr. McCarthy at second base. Did a false break when Malachi Witherspoon was looking right at him. He did a false break, and it kind of Jackson Willits went to pick, and he just didn't look comfortable. That bought his hitter an extra ball.
The 2-2. Fastball's up and away. Nowhere to put him now. Biggest moment of this ball game right now.
They got double barrel. They have them both working. They're both ready to stand loose, ready to go. That's a tough thing, too, in the bullpen, knowing how much to throw when you're already loose.
The payout to Adams. Ripped foul. And look out.
Well, Keith, what you're starting to see is as the at-bat goes and that count has shifted toward Adams' favor, right? The barrel's getting to the ball a little bit easier, a little bit there, and that's what you try to do is just keep spoiling those pitches, and hopefully you get your pitch to drive.
Sets back again. Runners were not moving. I don't expect them moving here again. The second 3-2 pitch. Got him. Ran the two-seamer that time, and it had some run away from him.
Always fun to reach back, call the old number 1, 3-2, and throw the two-seamer middle part of the plate, let it run off. That's exactly what he does, 96 miles an hour. Malachi Witherspoon still showing he's got some elite stuff. A couple guys get on, he's going back-to-back punch-outs.
And his 97th pitch of the ball game coming right now. Against Hudson as he steps in. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. How about the patient say, I don't like that baseball. Let me get another one. He doesn't give it to the umpire. He just throws it away and says, give me another one. Let me play with another ball. Hudson steps back in. Missed outside. Hitters count now 2-0. Danger zone. He has not been in a 2-0 count very often in this ballgame. He's pitched ahead most of the game. Hitter's pitch coming now. And this ball hit hard to center with some carry at the wall. Get out of town! 3-run shot.
Well, this is what you are supposed to do with a 2-0 count. You get the fastball. You make the pitcher pay. Boy, he keeps that front shoulder in on that ball, drives it. And it definitely had some carry over the monster. Christian Adams, boy, he is feeling good. I love it. He round third base, and he was pumping up his dugout.
His third homer of the year, RBIs 10, 11, and 12. Brendan Hudson. First pitch in there for a strike to Obi. You talked about it at the beginning of the inning. Should have had an out. Could have got out of the inning. The miscue turns into an extra batter. It turns into 3 runs.
That's right.
Take a ball in there for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
But it is all unearned. If that makes you feel any better, right? The rules of it.
The rules
After
of the
you're
game.
getting 2 outs, but still doesn't feel good once you give up the lead.
His injury, Brendan Hudson wasn't even supposed to be in the game. He was probably having some bubble gum, watching, ready to go, and then all of a sudden there's an injury and you're thrown in the ball game. He becomes the man of the match to this point. Ball chopped up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Across his body. They do get him. 2/3 of the game in the books, but this game just got separated.
Yeah, a little separation for the Bulldog offense. The big home run, Brennan Hudson. Beautiful swing from the lefty.
Homer to win it in game one. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern time tomorrow.
Yeah, that was a game where they ended. I think he hit the home run at 1:39 in the morning. I know you were up watching it.
No, I was not. It was 3 hours before they even threw the first pitch. They get that one in there.
And I saw a little bit of the first part of it, big-time pitchers duel between Liam Doyle and Cade Anderson, both high-level lefties.
They do have a pinch hitter. Hammond will step in. Mason, he's the pinch hitter. One steps in. For 6 on the year. Making his 11th appearance in a ball game this season. Steps back in with a 3-0 count. Team just gave you the lead. You don't want any free passes.
The old shutdown inning.
Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Downstairs and a leadoff walk. So that's the way the top of the 7th starts for the Sooners. Mother will step in. His is the big blow of the ball game. 2-run double back in the 2nd inning. Lefty-lefty matchup here. It's Davis out for his 2nd inning of work. He had a 1-2-3 6th inning. Slider catches the outer half for strike 1.
Small sample size, but Mudler hitting .444. He's 4 hits in his 12 plate appearances versus lefties. All right.
Set. Hit pretty well to left. Playable. Over in almost in foul territory. To put away is McCarthy. So 1 gone here in the Sooners 7th, and we may have a pitching change. Little matchup here as go to the bullpen. But a nice job. Davis came in and retired 4 of the 5 batters he faced. We'll give you the new pitcher when we come back. Georgia leads it 4-2. Third pitcher of the ball game for the Georgia Bulldogs is a hard-throwing right-hander from Georgia, 6'4", 223 pounds. It's Jordan Stevens.
Yeah, you're right. The hard thrower stuff is there. 3-0. The guys with 3 saves. More strikeouts per innings. Look at the hits. Love to see those numbers. Going to throw the fastball. He's going to hit some hundreds. We'll see some triple digits most likely. Slider, split finger. But it's a guy that he's a little different. Has the good fastball, likes to throw the good fastball.
You got it, use it.
Right. Yeah, over 65% fastballs from, doesn't matter if he's facing righties or lefties.
Well, he comes on here. Tying run at the plate. A 4-2 ball game, top of the 7th inning. Hamlin leads from first. First pitch, fastball misses outside for ball one. It's 1 for 2 as he steps in. Ball is up. You look at the numbers, 17 innings of work. He's earned 3 saves. 11 walks and 17 innings along with 3 batters. So a lot of free passes in there. Challenged him, threw it by him. And it's 2-1. Upstairs. 3-1 now. Challenged him, taking all the way, and it's a full count. Not moving. Pitch was outside. Ball 4. Crowd didn't like it. Now the tying run on base and the go-ahead run coming to the plate here in the top of the 7th. Will step in. Trey walked his last time up. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. Hitter's pitch coming now, 1-0. Pretty good chance this is a heater. Ball fouled away. The 1-1. To center, playable. He'll be back, puts it away. Tagging, moving up to second, and the throw gets away, but no advancement as that was dangerous, but both players move up 90 feet.
Good job of backing up, though. Knowing that you have something to do once the ball's in play, even though if it's not coming to you. Slade Alford was receiving the throw, but he saw where it was. He's like, this is not going to be a play at third base. I'm making sure I'm getting this ball.
So everybody advances back to the top of the order. Excuse me, to the number 2 hitter, 0 for 3. It's Willits. Breaking ball misses outside. And it's 1-0. Sooner shortstop steps back in. Downstairs. Hitters count now 2-0. Went to a breaking ball and missed. 3-0 green light here.
I don't know. With the lead, Obviously, one swing of the bat could give you the lead. So,
well, I doubt he's going to see a fastball right-handed hitter on deck. See what happens here. 3-0. He does go with the heater and misses. A 4-pitch walk, and that loads the bases for the Sooners. That's going to prompt a visit. A lot of things happening here in the top of the 7th. Easton Carmichael is the hitter that's due up next. He is 0 for 3 as he comes to the plate. He's going to stay with him.
Is that the point where I'm probably leaving in Alton Davis a couple more hitters to maybe face Gamble and then bringing in Jordan Stevens? But I thought he brought him in maybe 1 or 2 hitters too early, but he's the guy you brought in to put out the fire. So that's what you got to stick with. Easton Carmichael, though, when you talk about runners in scoring position, 2 outs, the average keeps going up. I mean, it's 281 with 2 outs and 368 with runners in scoring position.
This ball skied to left. Should get out of it. Obi puts it away and ends the threat in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. Bulldogs by 2.
A lot of it goes to that leadoff error.
It does. It goes back to the mistake, and out of the bullpen comes the left-hander, James Hitt. See his numbers on the year, his 20th appearance of the year.
He's the workhorse out of the bullpen for the Sooners, especially from the left side. Outstanding numbers. Everything is there. The stuff is there. It's a crossfire fastball at 94 miles an hour. Really holds the left-handed hitters to a low average.
Has some changes defensively as well. As I believe Christensen will move in from first base to right field, and Hamlin will come into the game to play first base as he came on to pinch hit. He'll remain in the game. So Hitt will face the bottom third of the order. Henry Hunter will lead it off here. 4-2 ball game. The lefty comes set. First pitch way outside for ball 1. The 1-0 to a breaking ball. Swing and miss. And the count evens. The Bulldogs, you would love to get some insurance right now. On the other side, you need a 0. On the ground into the shift. 4-3 on the putout. And that's the way the 7th starts for Georgia.
He holds lefties to a 175 clip. I mean, this is his job, is to come in and get the left-handed hitters out. You have 2 of the 3 hitters that he's going to see. I think he's got 3 hitters. I think Crooks is getting loose in the OU bullpen. And
if that's your closer in the 8th, if you're down, you want to use your closer in the 8th to keep it right where it is.
You got to think so, especially when he only threw 1 inning in the first game, so he's very, very fresh.
Ranch is homered in this game and singled. He's 2 for 2. 4 for 11 in the series. And he just absolutely crushes it. Get out of town. Feed the trees.
Well, we talked about it. Who's winning the series? Big brother, little brother? Big brother's making a statement today. 2 pretty swings, a little pose. Put that one on the baseball card.
Yeah, that ball landed in Atlanta.
Oh, I don't think it hit a car because after the first hop, I saw it bouncing again on the other side of those trees.
It was absolutely mashed, and no doubter. 5-2 ball game now. That steps in, first pitch upstairs, 0 for 2 in this one. Underneath that breaking ball. The hitters count now 2-0. That's pretty impressive. 26-4 when they hit 2 or more home runs in a game. Skip Johnson is going to go to the bullpen right now. Didn't like what he saw from James Hitt. He's going to make a move to the pen. Making a point. When you go out to get a pitcher, you make that move. We'll give you the information on the new pitcher when we come back. Branch with his second homer of the day has separated this ball game 3-1 now. If you're just tuning in, with 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Sooners held a 2-0 lead. But 5 unanswered. All of them via one thing, the home run ball. Branch, with his second today, is one of 8 players in this Georgia team that have gone deep twice in a game this season.
Lots of firepower.
And this ball hit well to right with some carry. Back to back, get out of town. Of the year, Lance.
And Pete, you mentioned it. He needs to get on fire again. He's got 17. He's got the pop. Beautiful swing right there. 2-0. New pitcher, doesn't matter. Same thing. Good swing. Deposit ball over the scoreboard. Alton Davis says, oh my goodness. Glad I'm not out there for that one.
Pitch misses outside. Bowden had come into the game. How about that? You come into relief. Jason, first pitch he throws hit out of the ballpark. This is his 21st appearance, all in relief. The ball misses outside, and it's 2-0. Still just 1 out in the inning. 3 in the 6th, and now 2 in the 7th. Playing long ball. Tipped at the plate, and it's 2-1. Set the 2-1 delivery. Outside corner. Count evens at 2-2. I always say hitting's contagious. That long ball hitting is real contagious.
Early on, they were trying to stay away from the bat rack. Now you got the Bulldog hitters running to that bat rack.
Good fastball gets the strikeout. Goes for Bowden. Ball gets away into the outfield. Fans hooting a little bit. And Alford comes to the plate. He singled and scored his last time out. He's 1 for 3. He's 5 for 11. 6th time this season that Georgia has gone back-to-back.
Well, with the lineup, the depth of it, all 9 guys in the lineup can leave the yard. I mean, there's no rest, right? You give up the home run, you start having the oh poor me's, and you feed one in there, and the next guy's going to deposit it as well.
Breaking ball misses way outside for ball 1. Foul. Just tuning in, both these teams came in 1-1 in this series, 11-9 apiece in SEC play. This is could be a big momentum changing a little bit. You know, 3 games over, whoever wins it. The other one is only 1 over 500.
They're also both in the situation where the new way the conference tournament's going to look is the top 4 teams get the double bye, then the next 4 teams get that 1 bye. The bottom 8 are going to have to play that first day, and they're all in that situation where they're right around that 8th mark, and if you win the series, even though you finish tied, this is going to give them that tiebreaker.
Chopped on the ground. Willis, long throw across the diamond in time, and that ends the inning. But not before a 2 spot by the Bulldogs. We go to the 8th. They lead by 4. Christensen steps in, a right fielder now. He's had a big blow in this ball game. He had a double. That's the bases loaded. Biggest plays of the game. Foul this ball off. He's 1 for 3 later in that inning. And 4 unassisted double play turned, and that might be the biggest play that turned this game around. Down 0-2 now. Just outside, 1-2. Just missed. Stevens wanted it.
Georgia fans wanted it, I can tell you that, especially the ones right behind home plate. I love watching the crowd's reaction. The ball could be 6 inches off the plate, and they think it's the best pitch ever, and they will rag that umpire.
Back out of play. We'll do it again, 2-2. Just missed with a backdoor breaking ball. Went around the plate, and the count goes full. The payoff. Upstairs and a leadoff walk. Got a big lead. Usually you need help to find a way to get back in it. A free pass to start the 8th for the Sooners.
Georgia scored their 3 runs with a leadoff error, right? Yep. Something you got to be given, and leadoff walks are about the same thing, especially mentally to a pitcher.
Breaking ball misses for ball 1.
You see this right now where we're at. 2 or 3 close pitches where Stevens felt like he made the pitch he needed to, right? How do you stay in there mentally? Don't let the umpire affect your next pitch. Then you have the leadoff walk, fall behind him again. Those are all the things that coaches preach.
This ball hit on the ground. Could be two. The second for one. The relay to first, not in time to get walked. As he can really run. But a nice turn to get the lead out. Out to have this conversation that did the runner affect the opportunity to make the throw to first. You got to slide straight into the bag.
Georgia's challenging force play slide rule at second base. This play is under review.
But the biggest thing, Keith, that allowed Coach Wes Johnson walk out to the home plate umpire Jason Millsap and voice his pleasure over the strike zone a little bit.
Yeah, it gives you the opportunity. So you're just trying to go back. The replay center, and they'll take a look at the slide at second base. Get a chance to look at it right here, Lance.
I don't think there's anything there. He even starts to slide early.
Yeah, but he's sliding straight into the bag, too.
Yeah. And see, when that angle right there shows you how
After
far.
review, there's no force play slide rule. Georgia has one challenge remaining.
So it'll be one out, a runner on first.
That second shot was perfect. You saw how far he was, at least 2 or 3 feet from Colby Branch, allowing him to make the play.
So Kyle Branch will step in. Younger brother, Kobe, just saw that on that review. Step in here. 1 for 3 in this one. Makes this ball foul for strike one. He's also scored a run. Grant steps back in. The 0-1. Breaking ball, chop foul. Just looking at this series, started out with Kyle having the lead in
Right.
this series, but the comeback has been Big Brother.
Well, the big thing, though, is I can tell you right now, both parents and the family that are here are extremely proud. They've seen an amazing series of baseball, and both the Branch boys have balled out.
0-2. Fastball misses up and away. Between them, they have 10 hits. The 1-2. Just missed. Count evens at 2-2. Side, and the count goes full. It's all about getting base runners right now if you're the Sooners. There goes the runner. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Second walk issued in the inning, and runners will be at first and second with one out. We're going to have a pitching change for the Bulldogs. We'll give you the new pitcher when we come back. Top of the 8th, 6-2 Georgia. Baton Rouge. To the bullpen. So the Bulldogs again. Tyler McLaughlin comes into the game. His 14th appearance. 4-0 record. Let's see the numbers. Lance, 21 strikeouts, 16 2/3 innings of work.
Yeah, it's more stuff out of the bullpen. It seems like every arm Georgia brings out is up to 96, 97. McLaughlin is no different. Throws a cutter, slider, change up. But you're right, Keith. The 21 punch outs, less hits in innings. The numbers where you want them to be. 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
And then Oklahoma will counter. Christian Hoffman will step in as the pinch hitter from the left side. Wheels are turning here. Challenged him. Threw it by him at 95 up top. Hoffman into the game. Breaking balls down. Count evens at 1-1. Ball hit pretty well to center with some carry. At the track. Puts it away. Obi makes a nice catch coming up against the wall. It's as far as you can hit it in this ballpark and stay in the park.
Man, that ball, you mentioned carry. Goodness. Looked like a routine fly ball. I thought OB was going to be charging it. And he ended up having to retreat to the track and ends up on the wall.
Butler will step in. He's got one of the big blows in the game, the 2-run double. Opportunity here. That ball just kept carrying to center. 1 for 3 as he steps in. Couple of ribbies. Downstairs for ball 1.
Huge at bat here for both clubs. If you're Oklahoma trying to make a comeback, you're thinking, hey, how are you going to score 4 in the 9th? So, you know, maybe getting 1, getting 2, a big 2-out hit here can help your cause. And if you're Georgia, man, you've been able to shut this down, put up a 0.
This ball hammered but hooked foul.
Somehow it's just got a souvenir.
That ball was crushed. Count evens at 1-1. Breaking ball stays outside. A little bit of an overthrow that time.
Well, look, slowed the arm down a little bit. You could tell the moment he was about to release it, something was different.
Fastball account again here. Rifled into right field. This is going to score 1. Down into the corner. Going to have to hold the runner at third. The Sooners get on the board, cut into the lead. Now a 6-3 ball game. Third RBI of the day for Mudler.
Looked a lot like the second inning, the same exact swing, same exact location, same exact result. Mr. Mudler, another double. This time they don't get the run in from first base. Last time they did. Kobe Branch having to hold up at third base.
Dawson Willis steps in. First pitch in there for a strike. Other part that you talk about, chipped into the lead, and now you know you're going to the top of the order, at least in the 9th.
Didn't have a chance to talk about it, but it was like when you had Kyle Branch
Tough location. Can anybody get there? On the move, yes. Nice running catch right there by Burnett that ends the inning. And that's the only way you can live with 2 pitches.
It's too hard to find out. Especially you come out of the pit, you only have so many pitches to get loose. How do you make sure you find out if all of them are good? So you find a couple of those days and you stick with them.
OU has left 9 runners on base in this ball game. Georgia has left 2 on base. So production. This ball skied back out of play. When they're getting runners on, Lance, they're driving them home.
Getting them in, right?
Well, that's what a homer does. Steps back in. He is 0 for 3. Upstairs. The count evens at 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. What side of the rubber did you? Crooks pitches from the very far
opposite.
first
Yep.
base side of the rubber.
I was all the way to the right side.
Did he go? He did not. The count evens at 2-2. I get asked this question all the time. Why would you move around? That's to create
Angles.
For the hitter.
And sometimes guys have a harder time to get to that glove side. And so that's when you see a lot of times the right-handers will move all the way to the other side. It makes it a lot easier to tunnel straight to the glove side outside part of the plate.
Just gets a piece of it, keeps it alive. A slider. Well, if you're over the top, each side doesn't mean that much, but the guys that are 3/4 to side on, it's a huge difference because there's a frame that you start in. That ball starts out behind you sometimes.
You just give up on it. And the way he's a little bit across his body, even when he comes set, you can see that front foot is really across the body, but he's still.
Phillips hits this ball well to center, but playable. Walk.
He still stays when he releases. You know, he's stepping toward the middle, and so he's throwing. He's good torque, and he's able to make that pitch. But that's why he's dominating right-handed hitters. Right-handed hitters are hitting 133 against him.
Adams will step in. The big plays of this ball game. Justin Adams stepped on second and got a double play with a really tough throw at a time when Sooners trying to break it wide open. Since then, it's been mostly Bulldogs.
Well, we mentioned at that point, this could be one of those plays if Georgia comes back, which they have. You know, the offense that you have, you're able to keep them at bay, and at that point, that was a situation where Oklahoma had a chance to blow the game open. Georgia executes, makes the play. Adams with that 4-3 double play. You're in a really good one at that. And all of a sudden, Leighton Finley continues, cruises through 5, and lineup picks him up.
Good swing, fouls it straight back. Interesting. We go to the 9th, just peeking ahead. It will be the top of the Sooner order. At the top of the 9th. They'll be chasing at least 3.
Well, it's like anything, the first 2 games, the tying run will come to the plate.
Upstairs, 1-2. How about the guy in the on-deck circle fixing to come to the plate? Wasn't even planning on playing in this game. Nice job to keep the bat alive on the ball away from him.
Well, they say you don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
That's it.
Mr. Hudson Looks like he stayed ready because he was ready on that 2-0 blast.
Good backdoor breaking ball, gets the strikeout. First, Crooks. And that will bring Brendan Hudson to the plate.
Yeah, earlier, this is what we're talking about. Beautiful left-handed swing, little down, hits that ball right where it was pitched, up the middle, and it just kept carrying, and then it went over the batter's eye. Bulldogs took the lead and haven't looked back yet.
He places one of the biggest power hitters in the country, and it's injured. We don't know what the long-term injury is. Comes on. This is his fourth at bat. He is 1 for 3, but that one, a big one. Got to that same count right now at 2-0. Brooks looks in. That hitting.
Oof, squares him in the numbers. We've had some chippiness in game 1 and game 2.
Well,
who knows? That was,
yeah,
he pulled it.
It was pulled across his body, no question. Two out, base runner. Obi will come to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one as he steps in. The ball stays up for ball 1. Lays off the high fastball, and it's 2-1. Skied in the infield. Branch under. Takes a peek, puts it away, and that ends the inning here in the 8th. We go to the 9th.
Boy, this is the two big double plays, pitcher's best friend that Georgia's turned. This one probably was the biggest. It was a situation where you had bases loaded. Adams makes it by himself, and then Hudson has to come to the game. Well, guess what? Ball's going to find you. He makes the big double play, comes back out. That next inning, big old blast, 3-run home run. Have a day, Mr. Hudson.
Absolutely. Great defensive plays. That really changed that one. And with the base, after 2 in the inning, bases loaded, 1 out, able to get that double play, and really tough double play. Changes that inning. Top of the order due here. Gamble will step in. Laughlin set to go, and his first pitch misses for ball 1. King in at second base here in the top of the 9th for the Bulldogs. Fastball inside corner. You got to lead, force the team to swing the bat to beat you. At least foul, and it's 1-2. Forget coming up next, Arkansas and Florida right here on the SEC Network. The 1-2. Shooted off the end of the bat, foul. Keeps it alive. Breaking ball just went around the plate. Awful lot of umpires thought that was a strike.
Especially the guy next to me. I'm watching his facial expressions. It's
The count evens at 2-2.
You have a good catcher, boy. He can frustrate the fans.
Skied to left, playable. Giving ground. Duffy puts it away for the first out here in the ninth. Bullets will step in. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. You know, when you're down 3, you're chasing base runners.
Right. So you're also thinking you're taking probably till you get a strike. That's just, you know, kind of the unwritten rule.
Didn't take long there.
Right, and as a pitcher, closers usually know that late in the games, and so you're thinking, hey, it's 4-seam down the middle, because if you give up one, you still have the 2-run lead.
Inside corner. And a great location there. And it's quickly 0-2. Fouled off, back out of play. We'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. This ball out to right, coming on, making the play. Nice job by Burnett. Sooners down to their final out. Carmichael is 0 for 4 as he steps in here. Two teams came in, both 10-8. Winner of this one will walk out 3 games over 500. The other one will be 11-10. Downstairs, and it's 2-0. Carmichael steps back in. 2-1 now. Knee high, outside corner. Georgia fans to their feet.
The dogs have come out.
Communication problems. Pitch is outside, and the count goes full. Can this be anything but a fastball?
Oh. Well, that one right there, 98. Throw the hard one.
The 3-2. Downstairs, ball 4. Sooners still have life. Sam Christensen will step in. He's 1 for 2 as he steps in. First pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1. Off speed. First time we've seen that pitch from McLaughlin.
Yeah, it looks. He did that in the first time. One of the first hitters he came, slowed it up a lot, and that's something where hitters will start to pick up on it. And that's why you see him. He really attacks the fastball.
That one catches the inside corner.
You can tell he believes in the fastball because when he breaks the hands, when he's coming at you, with the breaking ball, slows down that arm just a little bit.
Down to their final strike again are the Sooners. Just upstairs. Tying run in the on-deck circle here. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs. Not holding the runner now at first. This ball out to left. This should do it. McCarthy comes in, puts it away, and Georgia wins the series 6-3. Knew it was going to be an interesting series. Georgia's long ball really showed up in this ball game.
Yeah, they were so happy to get back home. The friendly confines of Foley Field. The bats came alive.